So recording. All right, everyone. Welcome to Navigate Your Total Rewards. We appreciate everyone coming. If you have any questions throughout our presentation, please go ahead and write them in the chat box. Some of you have been to these sessions before, so we appreciate that. So this is Navigate Your Resources and Support. I'm your guide, Elisa Salazar, and I'm your work-life consultant. And I'll share a little bit more about what I'm able to do to help faculty and staff with any of their work-life needs as we get to the end of the presentation. But for today, I'll be your guide. So I want to talk about the Wellness Wheel. This is going to be our navigation tool. This was created by Kayla Couples from the Rec Center. And they use this tool for students to think about their wellness and overall well-being. So as you can see, it's broken down into several categories. We like to think of the students as our anchor because that's kind of why we're here doing the work we do. But those aspects of our wellness are all each important. And even though we're remote right now and we're working virtually, there are lots of resources that you can still connect with to think about your overall well-being. So I encourage you to continue to check out the rest of the series and sessions that we have planned for you. The reason, though, that we're doing this is because 82% of students say that they care about faculty and staff well-being. This was done from a survey from 2018 by the Wellness Task Force. So they care about your well-being, they see that you're modeling those behaviors for them, and they want you to be well. With that being said, I'd like to jump in with our section for today, which we're going to talk about social resources. And so you have questions, we have answers for you here in Human Resources. Some of the questions that we get very often are, how do I network with others around campus, both casually and professionally? So there's different ways that you can network with folks across campus. And there's still opportunities even though we're in a virtual setting. So I want to talk to you a little bit about joining a network community. So if you click on the anchor, you'll get to this page. It could also be found under Work Life if you look here and under Network Communities. So Network Communities is the phrase that we're calling all of our groups that we have here on campus for faculty and staff to network. And you can see this flyer kind of breaks down the different types of groups. We counted and there's about 24 different opportunities for faculty and staff to connect based on their interest or issues. So we have the affinity groups here and they're based on different identities. And that is out of the Division of Inclusion and Equity. We also have several interfaith groups, and these are brave spaces for people to meet and enjoy different types of activities, from a book club to there's a movie club and different things that might be interested that you can check out there. We also have the communities of support, which some of you might have heard are the parent network groups we have on campus. We are looking at doing some remote meetups, so keep an eye on Sprout for that information because it'll be posted there. We do have a group, Mindfulness in Higher Ed, where they read the book The Mindful 20-something and talk about how to support students in teaching with mindfulness, but first starting to practice with yourself. So the last sort of groups are more a community of practice. So this is more intentional regarding sort of professional development communities and opportunities. So I'm going to introduce Kelly Monarusu to kind of talk about her network, a community of practice, or network community, if you will, Positive Organizations. And so Kelly, would you go ahead and talk to us a little bit more about Positive Organizations?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, first of all, for inviting me to talk with everyone today. This idea was established in late 2017, and I was able to kind of co-lead that effort and do a formal kickoff in January of 2018. Positive Organizations is open to all GVSU employees, and it's really established to connect peers across all of our campuses and to join in and contribute in a way that's not a big commitment, but actually whatever works with your schedule and anything that might be of interest to you that's offered through the community of practice. The mission of this group is really to allow employees opportunities to connect, learn, and do together. We offer experiences that are meant to enhance the work environment for individuals so they thrive, and ultimately the organization exceeds all expectations because of thriving employees. We really aim to support the strategic priorities of the university, so we're very thoughtful about the types of opportunities we offer. And then we also are very thoughtful about any of the in-person events being alternate between Allendale and Grand Rapids campuses. We also have quite a few virtual experiences that I'll talk about here in a second. We attend all kinds of events together, so there are opportunities to meet up and do together and learn together. Examples would be things like attending lectures together, exhibitions, taking tours of specific segments of the university maybe you wouldn't otherwise have an opportunity to see or learn about. And we also do quite a bit with the Center for Positive Organizations out of the University of Michigan. They have a really cool positive link speaker series that we are able to connect together as a group, watch these experiences together, and then reflect on them together. They also offer an opportunity for that connection to be virtual, so you can do it from the comfort of your own desk. So we try to be very thoughtful about offering many ways for people to connect. One of the interesting pieces of positive organizations has been people are finding common interests. And one of the interest groups that's spun off of positive organizations is the Kindness Counts Initiative. And this is really a cool opportunity for individuals, teams, really to acknowledge each other and to extend kindness to each other. So this interest group was able to come up with what you're seeing on the screen. These are our kindness cards. There are several different kindness cards, hopefully one for every possible situation where you might want to extend a message to a colleague or a team. And this particular screen shows you the new PDF versions that are fillable, and you can send them electronically. Soon we'll have up another link to cards from our first iteration that we think offer all kinds of opportunities just to make these really cool extensions to each other and let colleagues know we're thinking about each other. It's been a very powerful experience, Kindness Counts. One of the other really great things to come out of this group is the idea of establishing a pop-in, where a group of people will get together and surprise a department or a team somewhere on a Grand Valley campus with a box that includes things like candy, kindness cards, pins, an explanation of what Positive Organizations is and what Kindness Counts Initiatives is, and trying to get people engaged in that way. And we can honestly say the givers and the receivers really benefit from this equally. It's been a very, very cool experience. So if you're interested in learning more about the pop-ins, please contact me directly, and I'd be happy to point you in the right direction to get the resources and to get a group together to make an acknowledgement for people who really go the extra mile on our campuses.
So Kelly, we have a couple questions. One question I can answer was how many communities of support, network communities are there? And there's 24 different opportunities you can connect, as it indicated by that list that I shared, with the affinity groups, the interfaith groups, the communities of support, which are really based around opportunities more social, more personal, and then the communities of practice like the positive orgs that Kelly is talking about, related to professional development, connecting and networking for career development. And then another question for you, Kelly, is do you have to participate in regularly scheduled meetings to participate in or can you do like a one-time event? Does it have to be all? Can you kind of pop in as needed?
Yeah. You can pop in as you would like. So there are a variety of opportunities to engage, all different kinds of topics, all different kinds of platforms and experiences. So really what Positive Organizations is about is finding what it is you're looking for. Find the opportunities that are really unique to what you would like to do on the campuses. So there is no commitment. You don't have to register or become a formal member. But what we do find is as people start to attend events, they become more interested in a variety of things, and they engage with colleagues across the campuses they never would have, I guess, connected with before had they not kind of tried something new. But there is, I think, a good variety where everyone can find something, come try it, see how it works for you. And what we do find is that if something works really well, we'll try to repeat it in a similar way, maybe with a refreshed topic. So no, there's no commitment, but yes, you come as things look interesting to you. And we always encourage people to, bring a colleague. If it's kind of a daunting experience to go into maybe a room of people you don't know, bring someone with you. And it's really been a cool experience for so many to connect on at all kinds of levels.
How does one kind of monitor what events are upcoming or get that information? And also another question was, how do you nominate a group for a pop-in appearance?
Yeah. Okay, so the pop-in appearance question would be, let me know. If you know there's a group somewhere on Grand Valley's campuses where you think that they deserve, some acknowledgement and just an extension of kindness, maybe it's a really tough time they're having, or a very busy season, or perhaps they've experienced some sort of loss. That absolutely is something we would love to react to, so you can contact me directly, and we will try to put together a group of people who would be able to do that in-person surprise. Now that we're working remotely, our wheels are spinning on how we might be able to do this virtually. One of the ways we came up with is that digital set of kindness cards. But please reach out to me if you have a good idea. We would love to do this, and then maybe you can be a part of it too. And the first question was, I'm sorry, Lisa.
Let's see here. I think you answered both of them. Is what's the best way to monitor? I think, did you mention Sprout as keeping an eye on that?
Yeah, so Sprout is a great place to register. Some of our events do require registration just so that we know how many people to plan on, but not all of them do. And you can always feel welcome to just show up. That every event is just open to everyone. So it's not, we try to keep it as informal as possible, but Sprout's a good place to check. You can also let me know and I'll put you on a distribution list for event announcements. Elisa Salazar is a co-lead on Positive Organizations. So she's also a great resource.
Yeah, thank you. Feel free to add any additional questions, but I would say being a part of this group as well, that it's really an opportunity if you have a creative idea, but maybe it's not necessarily a part of your role, but you want to connect and do something special for GV campus. This is a great outlet for that sort of positive energy and influencing the campus in any innovative way outside of maybe the day-to-day role of your job. So it's been a great opportunity, like you said, Kelly, not just for giving, but also receiving, but also giving and being a person who gets to pass that kindness around. It's been really positive.
Yeah, I agree. One other point I would make before we sign off is if you're looking for a way to network or to make connections across the university, and maybe it's not a real comfortable area for you, and it feels a little out of your comfort zone. What I have found with Positive Organizations myself, and what I hear from people who interface with us on a regular basis, that they've met so many people they wouldn't have otherwise connected to across the campuses, and they learned so much about Grand Valley's culture, and they never walk into a room again not knowing someone because they've met so many individuals, wonderful colleagues at these Positive Organization events. So it's really a cool way, I think, to get started with networking or building a group of peers, colleagues, friends, and I think overall the response has been extremely positive, which is great. So please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk through any kind of idea you might have, or be able to give you some more insight into what some of these events are all about.
Thanks, Kelly. And just a reminder, if you want to continue to build your wellness plan, so we want to talk about networking and professional development opportunities or other resources to keep working on your wellness, I'm here to be a support for you as your work-life consultant. So you can book an appointment with me right online. I'm still meeting with folks virtually. And we want you to be well because you matter. You're an important part of campus and you're an important part of the work that we do. And actually that hashtag you matter came from some of the kindness counts and positive org things that we were doing. So just a fun fact there.
Yeah, great.
We have two more sessions going on. We have the spiritual, which will be talking about mindfulness resources. And then environmental, we'll be talking about learning and school resources for working parents. So don't miss those two. Stay connected with us via our social media accounts. It's just top quality information on there, up to date. If things change, I really recommend following us on those sites. You'll get all the information that you need. And thank you for your time. I appreciate you being here for this session. It's been great to see some of you come time and time again. Just know that we're here to help with questions, big or small. We are your resource. And thank you for coming today. It was nice having you.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, stop recording.